I'm still trying to collect my top 15 favorite movies of all time on all formats available. Today, LaserDisc. Yes, let's dig in. Number 1, Back to the Future. Of course, this is the American release, widescreen, so not the first one. First one was pan and scan. Of course, I have various versions of Back to the Future on LaserDisc. This is just the one I think is the coolest. I love it's the original Drew Struzan design, the full drawing. Sometimes you just get a close-up. I love the letterboxed edition. I love the bars. This is, to me, the peak LaserDisc that was available at the time. Original price is still included, $34.98. I think I paid $10, $10 or $12. And this is a sealed copy. I know that real LaserDisc fans dislike sealed copies, but I do have enough copies of Back to the Future, so I can safely keep this one sealed. Number 2, The Goonies. This is the Japanese evergreen version. I have 2 further LaserDiscs. I have 3 further LaserDiscs of the Goonies. I have a French one called Les Goonies. I have the first Japanese edition, and I have the 1992 American widescreen Goonies, which was the first Goonies on widescreen, I think, across all formats, because the VHS was always full screen or pan and scan. Yeah. Lovely, lovely. Love the green color. Even though green is not a color you associate with the Goonies. And I love the very big katakana title. So cool. They even included the skull that's the dot on the I in the American title. Number 3, The Truman Show. Look at this. The Belgian and Dutch price is still included. This was almost 90 guilders or florins. Which was the Dutch currency up until 2002, and Belgian francs 1750, which was also the Belgian currency up until 2002, before we got the euro. Widescreen, of course, this came out at the tail end of the LaserDisc lifetime. This was a late 98 release, so excellent picture quality, excellent, that's Sean Connery. She talks in her sleep. Excellent picture quality and excellent sound quality. At the end, studios were really on fire on the LaserDisc format. Number 4, Hook. Again, one of the many hooks I got. This is the American NTSC Deluxe widescreen version. Great stuff, although I do prefer the British version, because that one includes a making of featurette. Lovely gatefold with lots of information. This is one of the few titles of my, let's say, top 15 that's also available in a Dutch version, as in a version with Dutch subtitles. I think Back to the Future is available as well. The Goonies isn't, Truman Show isn't. Well, not a lot, or not many. Number 5, this one was a gift from a subscriber, my very first subscriber mail. The Land Before Time, the Japanese version. It's still sealed. I'm sorry guys, it's just too cool. I mean, and again, I have 15 copies of The Land Before Time across all formats. I don't need to open this one. I don't have my number 6, the Blues Brothers. I don't have a single Blues Brothers on LaserDisc, so I'm in the market, as it were. Number 7 is, of course, Jurassic Park. This is the DTS version. I actually prefer the AC3 version, not because the sound is allegedly better. I still don't have a decoder, so I can't even comment on the sound, but because I like the artwork a little. I dislike the very big DTS banner, and the AC3 version has a more subtle red banner. Of course, I still need the Muse Jurassic Park. I think I'm gonna put the Muse in here if I ever get it, because then, let's say for this top 15 project, I need the best versions of, or my favorite versions on LaserDisc. Number 8, The Last Crusade. Now, there is a better one out there. There's a widescreen American copy, but I just love this very first one because it's sort of, the lettering and the design is very vintage, with the ugly stereo and the ugly extended play and the laser vision. It's not a LaserDisc, it's a laser vision, and the Lucasfilm in here. Yeah, this one wins in the vintage design regard. Great. This one's full screen, by the way, so definitely not the best version of the movie on home video. I don't have my number 9. I don't have 12 Angry Men. I do believe there's a very gorgeous Criterion collection of 12 Angry Men, but I don't have it. So there's my number 10, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Again, the first version. This one includes the coming soon to a theater near you on May 25th, 1984. I was a fetus, a baby in my mom's belly when this came out, when Temple of Doom came out. Again, I love the vintage design. I love the stereo laser video disc. It's not a laser disc, it's a laser video disc. The extended play. Yeah, I love it. And also lots of photos. So text takes a back seat to the photos on this one. Number 11 is E.T. Yeah, I have the deluxe ET, but that takes up way too much space in this very small cabinet. So this one's the normal digital laser video disc. Again, not a laser disc. Digital sound, stereo, lovely photos. A heartwarming masterpiece of love between a young boy and a visitor from another planet has become the most popular film of all time. This came out in 1988, so that is true. Yeah, it would take another 5 years for E.T. to be dethroned by another Spielberg movie, Jurassic Park. My number 12, Toy Story 3, will sadly never be released on LaserDisc. Number 13 is The Little Mermaid. This one's again not the best version, but I love this one because it reminds me of the VHS artwork I grew up with, and this one's the CAV, so at least it's the better of the two that was released in 1990. Was it 1990? Yeah. I also have the CLV, but this one's the CAV. Deluxe edition, what's included? Nothing. Why do they call it a deluxe edition when there's... Okay, so I'm guessing just CAV is the deluxe edition, being CAV. So the quality of allegedly better picture information. I don't have my number 14, 12 Angry... I don't have my number 14, Stand By Me. I don't have my number 15, Blade Runner. And then just for the fun of it, because this is the LaserDisc and Chill channel, let's just look at the rest of my top 40 of all time, because of course there are more movies that I like, but I'm focusing on the top 15 because otherwise it would be prohibitively expensive. It is expensive as it is to collect all top 15 movies on every format available. Number 16. Wait, I'm gonna make mistakes, so let's not number these because I only know my top 15 by heart. Let's just say, well, they are alphabetically, there are titles missing, but these are the titles between 16 and 45, something like that. I will put the full list in the description below the video. Anyway, so 16 to 40. Beauty and the Beast, one of my favorite Disneys. This is the CAV letterbox LaserDisc. There is of course a better version. That's the gorgeous Japanese box set with the work in progress included. Me, Joe Black. Yeah, amazing movie. I know that this one's divisive. I think it's divisive. It's a movie that divides people and opinions, but I love it. I mean, it's 3 hours long and could have been 6 hours long. I mean, I love just the atmosphere. I love wallowing in this movie And just I want to spend company with these characters. I love it. I love the peanut butter craving, the Jamaican patois. I just love, and I wish Martin Brest would come back. I mean, he got sort of thrown in director's jail for Jiggly. But that's been 22 years, so come on, guy. Come on, Martin. You have one more movie in you. We need your excellence. Forrest Gump. One of my top 20. Love it. Again, divisive. A movie that divides people. Yeah, one of the American critics I really admire and always follow and well, I love reading his opinion. Joshua Zeiber from the Videophile blog, he hates Forrest Gump. He hates Forrest Gump as Roger Ebert hated North. Hate it. So yeah, I love Forrest Gump. I regularly on a weekly basis I quote something from Forrest Gump. I gotta go pee. Jenny was like peas and carrots, etc., etc. I'm not a smart man. Star Wars, the best thing George Lucas ever did. This is my favorite Star Wars movie. Star Wars. Never call it A New Hope. It's just Star Wars. Ed Wood, the best thing Tim Burton ever did. The best thing Johnny Depp ever did. It's such a great movie. I love it. If you love movies about movies about the movie industry, movies about Hollywood, this is one of the, well, probably the best, the finest. Character exits the frame, walks into the door or bumps into the door. You can see the walls moving, like the worst take of a movie. Any director out there would say, let's do that again. What does Ed Wood say? That was perfect, let's cut it. The Empire Strikes Back, the second best thing that George Lucas did. Well, Irving Kershner, but he wrote it. George Lucas wrote it. Yeah, this is of course most people's favorite Star Wars movie, but it's my number 2. It's I wouldn't say apples and oranges because both movies are very good, are very, very good. Both movies are masterpieces, but for one reason or the other, I just like Star Wars a little more. Can't really put it in words. Great movie, nonetheless. Also in my top 25, I guess Empire Strikes Back is like 22 or 23. I don't know them by heart. Anyway, is The Social Network, which will never be available on LaserDisc, but just for the fun of it, I put the vinyl there because it resembles a LaserDisc. So yeah, if you cheat a little bit with vinyl, you can almost get a complete top 40 of LaserDiscs. I remember I paid $30 for this one in 2010, which at the time was one of the most expensive records I ever bought, and nowadays it's worth a lot more. So I think they should repress this one because it's a very good soundtrack and people want it, and it's not available, and it's very expensive on Discogs and other dedicated sites. This is also, I think, the most recent movie in my top 40. So Toy Story 3 and The Social Network are both from 2010. And there's not a single movie younger than 2010 that ever made it into my top 40 of all time. So, does that make me jaded? I don't know. One of my best friends, Peter, I think he adds at least one movie a year of his favorites, like a 5-star movie. I haven't seen a 5-star movie since 2010. Yeah, that's weird. Another cheater, The Dark Knight. Gorgeous cover art. I mean, I wish this was a LaserDisc. Look at this gorgeous cover art. Wow. Wow. So good. I haven't looked at it in many years, but I remember when I bought it in 2008. Gorgeous cover art. Wow. This should have been a LaserDisc. This would have been one heck of a cool LaserDisc. Probably like 5 or 6 sites in CAV, because that's a long movie. The Commitments, one of my all-time favorites, supremely quotable. Everything I learned about the Irish language, I learned from The Commitments. Yeah, fucking Egypt. Fucking deadly. We're gonna be playing Soul. Dublin Soul. Gives a bag of chips for you. Bernie, you've been missing rehearsals. I'm black and I'm proud. Aren't we a little white? Love it. Love it. Home Alone. I really love this movie. Unironically, it's one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, and the tagline is still great. A family comedy without the family. By the way, this is like the weirdest movie title in French ever. Maman, j'ai raté l'avion. Mom, I missed the plane. Why? Why not just Seul à la maison, I think? Alone at home? Home Alone? The Flintstones, one of the most divisive, one of the most hated movies of all time. Unironically, again, I love The Flintstones. Probably nostalgia because I was almost 10 years old in the summer of 94. I turned 10 in September of 94. So I was the perfect target audience. My parents went with me. My dad loved The Flintstones from his youth. He watched it when it was on, when it was new, in the early 60s. I really like The Flintstones. I think John Goodman is perfect casting. Like one of the best casting decisions of all time. So whoever the casting director was, she or he is not on here. Oh wait, let's see. No. Well, sometimes you do get the cast. Casting is sometimes included in the credits. Anyway, whoever cast this thing, I hope she or he got a raise. Another childhood favorite, Richie Rich. Love it. Really love it. Again, unironically, I love Richie Rich. One of the smartest screenplays for an alleged kids movie. This is really a great screenplay. Jumanji, one of the few PAL titles that's here. I also have the NTSC American version and the Japanese, I think. But this is one of the best PAL discs ever. This is, for once, a CAV PAL and filled to the brim with special features. So, and lovely cover art, because the American NTSC version has the weird screaming Robin Williams. I love this. I love the close-up of the board game. So a lovely LaserDisc. As good as it gets. I love the dog. It's such a great dog. How do you write women so well? I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability. Such a horrible joke, such a sexist joke, but Jack Nicholson plays it so well. Jerry Maguire. I love Jerry Maguire. Yeah. Immensely quotable. Wow, I just paid €2 in Paris. I remember the price tag. Paris, €2. That's a great price for a LaserDisc. And I was also surprised to find English language LaserDiscs in France, because France was one of the few countries that really supported LaserDisc up until the very end. They got Mulan, for example. Mulan was not even released in America. But of course, always dubbed in French. Every French LaserDisc was dubbed in French, with a few exceptions like Dances with Wolves and Jurassic Park, the box set that I already talked about on this channel. Ghostbusters, as the angry video game nerd would say. Yeah, what can I say? Hilarious. Well, it's not flat out hilarious. It's just a very funny movie, but it's not haha hilarious. It's not it's not like rolling on the floor laughing. It's just very situation-wise, characters, interactions, quotes. Each one of us is carrying a unlicensed nuclear reactor on our backs. I think that's the quote. And then they suddenly back away. That's funny. The Nightmare Before Christmas, yes. Not a Tim Burton movie, Henry Selick, but of course Tim Burton was the driving force, creative force, story, characters, and a gorgeous box set including a book and the movie in CAV with lots of special features. One of the best Disney box sets out there. Back then it was a Touchstone release. Is it? Was it? Yeah, it was. Now it's a full-on Disney release. I should actually get a smaller one because it takes up too much space. It's too thick. I should get a normal Nightmare Before Christmas to put in this cabinet or in this cupboard. We're almost there. I think my 42nd or 43rd favorite movie of all time, The Big Lebowski. Paid $15 for this one, and then I found it again last month for $5. And last but not least, the final movie of my top 45. I think number 45 is Tron Legacy, which will again never be released on LaserDisc. Would be a cool LaserDisc, but number 44 is Cutthroat Island. Super flop on release, but I've always loved it. I was 10 years old, 11. I turned 11. Yeah, saw it in the summer of 95 when I was 10 years old. I loved pirates at the time. I loved Hook. I loved the Goonies. Lego Pirates was my favorite sub-theme, so this was right up my alley. Realistic pirates. I also love the... this LaserDisc is exclusively distributed by Pioneer with their old slogan, The Art of Entertainment. And this one's the widescreen. The first LaserDisc I ever got was the full screen, which I didn't know at the time. So I traded it in for the widescreen version. Great movie. THX enhanced. Frank Langella steals the show, as he always does. What does it say? Sumptuous, action-packed adventure. And I remember when this came out on rental VHS, because at the time, of course, I only had VHS when I was a 10-year-old boy. We didn't have a LaserDisc at home. When Cutthroat Island came out on rental VHS, I remember there was the Belgian rental set, or the Belgian Belgian/Dutch rental VHS. It said, the blockbuster of the year. And that was like the biggest lie ever, because the movie made a pittance, made like $30 million worldwide on a $100 million budget. It should have made at least $50 million to break even, and it made something like 12 or 13, and still they had the balls to claim on the cover of the official VHS, it said the blockbuster of the year. In 95, what was the blockbuster of the year in 95? I think Toy Story. Even Waterworld made a lot more than Cutthroat Island. Still, great movie. Rennie Harlin. If you ever watch this video, and I know you do, you're a subscriber, I know Rennie, you should be proud, sir. It's a great movie. It might be your masterpiece, and I know you made Cliffhanger, I know you made Die Hard 2, but Cutthroat Island, man, what a great balls-to-the-walls movie. Until we meet again, keep spinning those discs and keep collecting your top 15 favorite movies of all time on every format available. But perhaps that's just me.